Welcome to 3 a.m. Mystery Files. Tonight's story is not just a horror story, it's a real mystery that has terrified people for decades. A story where everything was normal, until suddenly it wasn't. In the winter of 1959, 9 young hikers set out on an expedition deep into the Ural Mountains of Russia. They were experienced, trained, and used to extreme conditions. This was not their first journey, and they knew how to survive in the cold. The trip was meant to be challenging, but not deadly. They laughed, took photos, and wrote notes in their diaries. Everything seemed normal. There was no sign of fear, no sign that anything was wrong. But somewhere during the journey, something changed. Days passed, and the group never returned. At first, no one was worried. Delays were common in such harsh conditions. But as more time passed, concern slowly turned into fear, and a search team was finally sent into the mountains to find them. What they discovered didn't make sense. The team found the hiker's tent, partially buried in snow. At first glance, it looked like it had been abandoned in a hurry, but when they looked closer, a chilling detail stood out. The tent had been cut open from the inside. Not open normally, not unzipped, slashed, as if the people inside were desperate to escape something immediately. Inside the tent, their belongings were still there. Warm clothes, shoes, food, everything they would need to survive in the freezing cold. But the hikers were gone. Outside, the snow told a silent story. Footprints led away from the tent toward a dark forest nearby. But the footprints were strange. Some were barefoot, some wearing only socks, and none showed signs of panic or running. Just a slow, controlled walk into the freezing night. Imagine that. Temperatures below 20 degrees, and they walked out as if something was calling them. The search team followed the tracks into the forest. The deeper they went, the quieter everything became. The wind faded. The sounds disappeared. Even the snow seemed untouched by life. Then they found the first 2 bodies lying under a tree, almost frozen solid. They had no proper clothing, and their hands were damaged, as if they had tried to climb or escape something. Nearby, there were signs of a small fire. They had tried to survive, but something had stopped them. As the search continued, more bodies were discovered, scattered across the snow. Some were lying face down, some found together, as if trying to return to the tent. But the most disturbing part was their injuries. One hiker had a fractured skull, another broken rib so severe it was compared to the force of a car crash. Yet there were no external wounds, no cuts, no blood, just internal damage, as if an invisible force had crushed them. And then it got worse. One hiker was missing their tongue, completely gone, another missing their eyes. There was no clear explanation, no signs of animals, no signs of violence from another person, just silence. Investigators were left confused. There were no extra footprints, no evidence of an attacker, no clear cause of death. The official report simply said, an unknown compelling force. Years later, theories began to spread. Some believed it was an avalanche. Others claimed a secret military test. Some even reported glowing lights in the sky that night. But none fully explained what happened. Why would experienced hikers leave their shelter like that? Why would they walk into certain death without protection? What did they see? Even today, people who visit that area report strange things, unusual silence, a heavy feeling in the air, and sometimes lights moving in the distance at night, as if something is still there, watching, waiting. Not every mystery is meant to be solved. Some are meant to be feared. Like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel for more interesting stories.